I heard about this man that he was at his psychiatrist's office. He was freaking out. I said, "Doctor, I'm sorry. I had to beg you to see me this early, but I had to tell you the dream that I had. This dream, I was here in this office talking to you, and all of a sudden you look at me and you had my mother's face. I was freaked out by that, so freaked out by that image that I couldn't go back to sleep. I was shaking. So I was right there, lying on bed without being able to sleep until the morning. I finally got up of bed, had a Diet Coke, and I came here to see you right away." And the doctor looked at him and said, "Diet Coke? Is that breakfast?" I want to talk to you today about negative Moses. Negative Moses. This is something that we are going to learn in this week's parsha. As I mentioned, Moses, God bless his memory, had so many great characteristics, so many great traits. But he really failed at one that is really important when we go through life. He was a negative person. He always found the problem in everything that he had in front of him. Sometimes it was a good thing in the sense that he noticed lack of justice. He noticed lack of kindness. But most of the time, that kind of attitude is not going to take us too far. It's going to stop us into reaching our divine destiny. We need to find a way to being able to see the positive on everything we encounter in life. You see, it's been a tough week around the world with this pandemic that seems that it's never going to end. And then we read the news, we watch TV, we listen to the radio, and we are even more aware. It's not that we weren't aware before, but even more aware, or we are reminded of all the challenges that we have and that we are going to have in front of us. And those kind of situations, they have the power to drain our energy. Physical energy, emotional energy, and spiritual energy. Because when we have all these bad things coming our way, that's what happened. So I was realizing that the only way, the best medicine we have to keep moving forward is to remind ourselves how important it is to be able to see the good, the positive in everything that we get. In everything, absolutely everything that we get. But then we read this parsha and we said, okay, look at me, I'm a simple human being. If Moses, the great leader, wasn't able to see at the positive side of life, God, what can you expect from me? Well, and I believe that God chose Moses, even knowing that he was a negative person, for a purpose. Because then we can relate to whatever we read in the Torah. And that's why I believe the characters in the Torah are not perfect people. They're all flawed. If you read, everybody will have a flaw. All the way from Adam and Eve, Noah, the ark, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they all have flaws. And Moses, of course. But this specific flaw of Moses, the fact that he wasn't able to see the positive, he wasn't able to see the blessing, he wasn't able to see the good thing, it's something that resonates with us, specifically in these days. And the thing is, Moses knew it, and I know it, we know it, that we have to choose to be positive. We have to choose to have a positive attitude in life. But if that's true, how come God never ordered or never commanded Moses or us through the commandments? You shall be positive. You shall see the blessing everywhere I send you. That's not a necessary commandment, and God never told that Moses. But it doesn't mean that God didn't do something to help Moses to achieve that mindset. And in this week's parsha, we learn that God, well aware of Moses' lacks, sent Aaron to be all the time next to Moses, wherever he went. Who was Aaron? Aaron was all the opposite. Aaron was the one who was always seeing the positive, who was always seeing the blessing, who was always seeing the good things in everything around him. The Midrash would portray Aaron as always being the one making peace among people. You know, when you fight with someone, it's because we don't like something about another person. That's why you fight. If you like everything about everybody, you will never fight with anyone. So the Midrash says that Aaron was going around, and when he would see somebody fighting with each other, he will find a way to make peace among them. In other words, he will be able to teach them and to show them how to see the good thing on the other person, so they will stop fighting. And that's why God commanded Moses not to be happy, not to be joyous, not to be positive, not to find the positive in everything he did, but to cling to Aaron. And by doing that, eventually, you will see, if you keep reading the Torah, eventually, little by little, it wasn't overnight, Moses developed that kind of mindset. And by the end of the Torah, when we reach the book of Devarim, we will see that it's a totally different Moses. The one who is able to see the blessing, the one who is able to see his people entering into the promised land and blessing them with the things that are going to help them succeed in this new land. So I was thinking that standing here, looking at the congregation, I said, you have to be a positive person. You have to look at the blessing of everything. That's not the right message, because that's not the way God talked to Moses. What we should learn from this parsha is to find the one person that it will help us see the positive and the goodness and the blessing in everything we do. We have to be aware that sometimes we don't see the blessing in everything. And if we are aware of that, then we ask ourselves, who can help me to achieve that mindset? And the interesting thing is, sometimes it's a person. Sometimes we know a person who is, this always so optimistic, uplifting. So perhaps as Moses got close to Aaron, such person can help you to develop little by little that kind of mindset. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. Something to help you to see the blessings could be something that you read. Sometimes there are things that we read that they are inspiring. It moves us so much that we can see blessing wherever we go. Sometimes could see something, could be a movie that you watch. Could be a service that you attend. That's why here at the Shaare Zedek, we always try to be uplifting. I don't want to stand here and tell you what people do wrong. On the contrary, try to help people to see the blessing that they already have in their lives. So it is a choice for us to stop being negative and to change our attitude. But we have to realize that we can't just flip the switch. We can't do it alone. So this week's parsha is a perfect reminder that if we need to see the world in a different way, if we want to see the world with different eyes, what we need is an Aaron in our lives. And again, an Aaron could be a phone call with a friend. An Aaron could be a wonderful book that can inspire you. An Aaron could be a movie, or an Aaron could be coming to synagogue. So we will remember with the beautiful prayers that we have, how if we know where to look, we have more blessings in our life that we are aware of. And if we can develop that mindset, if we can get used to have Aarons next to us, it won't be overnight. By little, you will see how your mindset is going to change. You're going to be able to see blessings everywhere you go. And who knows? Maybe you can be an Aaron for somebody else in the future. Shabbat Shalom.